Lesson 5. How to get an edge and trade like the house at a casino. Welcome to Lesson 5. My name is Sam Eder. I'm a global macro currency trader and the owner of FXRenew.com. This is the Advanced Forex Course for smart traders. Market wizard Scott Ramsey said, "It does not matter if you win or lose on any given trade, as long as you get the process correct." Imagine you owned a casino. Every day thousands of bets are made, some of which you will naturally lose. But at the end of the day you are always in profit, and sometimes spectacularly so. This is because you have a built-in edge. Each game that is played by the punter that walks in the door has been carefully designed so that over a long enough time frame the house will always win. In today's lesson we will look at how you can become the house when you're trading Forex, by developing an edge over the markets. This requires two things. One, an understanding of basic concepts around probability, and two, some specific edges that you can choose to have. The true role of entries and exits. To continue with the gambling analogy, each trade is like a draw from a lucky dip or a spin on the wheel of fortune. The better your entries and exits, the more winners in the draw, and the easier it will be for your trading strategy to meet your objectives. Your goal for your entries and exits is to add as many winning tickets into the draw as possible, or to add in tickets that when you do pull them, ensure you win the jackpot. This is what the house does at the casino. They stack the draw in their favour so that over the long term they are guaranteed to win. When you internalise this concept, you can start to see how entries and exits fit into the bigger picture of your trading strategy. They lose their mystical appeal. You don't need to have a strategy that is perfect, just one that produces enough winners over time with which you can bet enough on each trade to 1. Not experience a drawdown over 25% because it's hard to recover from a drawdown this large, and 2. Achieve your objectives. Are high probability entries better? Building a trading strategy is a little like building a house. When you construct a house you decide how many rooms it will have, the layout, how many floors and so on. These decisions are based on your needs, objectives, budgets, trading capital, and what suits your personality. Similarly, when you develop entry and exit strategies for your Forex trading, you get to choose things like targeted risk-reward ratio, win rate, and the number of trades over a period of time. Your choices here will be a reflection of your needs, budget, and goals. Let's take a look at 3 examples of trading strategies. Trading strategy 1 generates 10 trades a month with a 90% win rate. Winning trades make $100 and losing trades lose $1,000. Strategy 2 generates 80 trades a month with a 60% win rate. Winning trades make $60 and losing trades lose $50. Trading strategy 3 generates 10 trades a month with a 15% win rate. Winning trades make $1,800 and losing trades lose $150. Which trading strategy would you prefer? Well, here are the results. Strategy 1 with a 90% win rate has a $100 loss. Strategy 2 with a 60% win rate has a $1,280 profit. Strategy 3 with a 15% win rate has a $1,425 profit. The strategy that made the most profit had the lowest winning rate, and the strategy that lost money had the greatest win rate. When you are developing your entry and exit strategy, the one with the most wins is not always the best. Be careful not to fall into this trap. What you are after is one that gives you the biggest edge, or in statistical terms, a positive expectancy. What is expectancy? Van Tharp says the expectancy is really the amount you'll make on the average per dollar risked. If you have a methodology that makes you 50 cents or better per dollar risked, that's superb. Most people don't. You calculate your expectancy on your entire trading strategy by adding your average risk reward over a series of trades. But before we get to that equation, it helps to understand what Van Tharp calls R multiples. R multiples are a way of defining the initial risk you take on the trade by thinking in terms of risk reward. If you place a trade with a stop loss 50 pips away from the market and you are buying a standard lot, then your loss would be roughly $500 if the trade went against you. This initial loss of $500 is your 1R, or your 1 risk. The R of course stands for risk. You can then start to express your trades in terms of R instead of in terms of dollars. For example, if you place a trade that risks $100 and you make $200, then you have made 2R, i.e. 2 times your risk. If you lose the 100, then you would have lost 1R. If you talk to a trader who thinks in terms of R multiples, they may say something like, I made 2.4R this week. how to calculate the expectancy of your trading strategy. Now that you know what an R multiple is, we can get back to calculating your expectancy. Add up the total R value of your trades. Divide this total by the number of trades you have made. So it's total R divided by number of trades equals expectancy. If you had placed 30 trades and earned 45 R in the process, your equation would look like this. 45 R divided by 30 equals 1.5. In this case, your expectancy is 1.5. There is further details in the written version of this lesson. Position sizing rules are developed independent of your entries and exits. Part of the value of thinking about your trades in terms of expectancy is that it separates your success into two distinct components, each of which can be worked on independently. An entry and exit strategy that generates an average number of R multiples over time, and a position sizing algorithm that is then applied on top of the entry and exit strategy. The performance of your trading strategy as a whole will depend on the combined performance of each component minus any trading mistakes you make. Now you know what an edge is, let's look at some ways to get one. Market wizard Randy McKay said, "One very interesting thing I've found is that virtually every successful trader I know ultimately ends up with a trading style that suited his personality." Ways to get an edge. We can't all buy a casino and rig the odds in our favour, but luckily in the Forex market we don't have to. Market behaviour is irrational, so often situations arise where there are opportunities to place trades at prices that provide you with a significant advantage, if you can learn to spot them. In Lesson 9, Damn Good Setups, we go into detail about how to apply each of these edges in your Forex trading plan. Let's look at a brief overview of each one now, just to give you some context moving forward. Global macro. Global macro is the big picture of supply and demand factors and geopolitical events that impact financial markets. Global micro. Global micro traders look at news events that are released throughout the trading day and week to uncover trading opportunities. Technical analysis. Technical analysis uses price patterns in the form of bar, candle or line charts to determine future price movements. The basic premise behind technical analysis is that these patterns represent market psychology, and people tend to do the same thing over and over again. So when you spot one, it gives you an insight into what's going on next. Receiving Forex trading signals or ideas can be one of the most powerful methods of trading Forex. You get to keep control of your position sizing and objectives, and you get access to trades that give you a significant edge to your entries and exits. Importantly, you are alerted to ideas that you might not find yourself, or that confirm your own trades. It's much better to trade as part of a team rather than on your own. Other edges. There are hundreds of potential ways to gain an edge over the market. The one you choose needs to suit you specifically. It's hard to borrow someone else's edge exactly, though it is easy to borrow one and modify it slightly to suit you. So keep an open mind and be on the lookout for methods of Forex trading that suit you. Here are some others you can consider. Correlation studies, flow information, trend following, counter trend or reversion to the mean techniques, or specialization, i.e. choosing to focus on one specific currency pair. Now be careful, your entry and exit are not your only or most important source of edges. It's easy to get sucked into the mysticism of technical analysis and the likes, and these methods can provide you with a statistical edge. Glamorous nature of entries as perpetuated by Forex educators out to make a buck means traders focus far too much time on when to enter a trade and not enough on other aspects of their trading plan that are of equal, if not greater importance. Each lesson that we go through during this course is designed to provide you with an advantage. For example, by having clear objectives and developing a compelling model of the market, you have edges over those that don't. Additionally, as a small trader, you have some very clear advantages over your larger institutional brethren. Let's take a look at some of these now. Not having to trade. As a small trader, you only answer to yourself. You are never required to place a trade. On the contrary, institutional traders are often forced to take a position. Being agile with your position sizing. As a small trader, you can be very flexible in the sizes you trade compared to institutional money. You can place stop losses, and when you wish to close positions, you won't tend to move the market. Institutional forex traders don't have these luxuries. Their larger positions can move the market and liquidity can dry up, leaving them with worse and worse fills. Often bank traders are forced to work very large positions of hundreds of millions in currency units, as they have a corporate order to fill. Having the freedom to trade any currency you choose. As an individual, you can choose to trade the currency pairs that are going to give you the best chance of achieving your goals. Imagine how big an advantage this gives you over a money manager who can only trade in one currency, for example. Lay down your chips as the house. It's time to turn the tables. Instead of being the chump who comes to the market and is guaranteed to lose, you can start to become the house who is guaranteed to win. Your first step in this process is simply to read about statistical concepts in this lesson until you feel you have a handle on them. They are an important part of your departure from the trading matrix. Once you have done that, choose the edges that you would like to focus on developing, such as technical analysis, global macro, or global micro. Note that there are specific lessons later on in this course on these topics, but as this is an advanced course, it does not cover the basics. If these areas are new to you, then you might need to do some beginner courses. Please, and I can't stress this enough, don't get sidetracked by the excitement of market analysis and neglect the other aspects of your trading plan. So many traders get enamored by this aspect of trading and ignore the more important areas such as psychology and position sizing. Keep working through this course step by step, and you will find you allocate the right amount of time to each area. Your coursework for this week is to practice calculating R multiples, and there's a worksheet available for that. I'll see you in the next lesson.